Hey guys, my name's Nurzel, and I've been a long time Paladins streamer and player for since 2017. It's been a long time. I think, yeah, 2017. Anyways, today I'm bringing you a guide about Seris tip guide video, something like that. A lot of people have been asking me for content revolving tips, ideas, things to make you a better player. So I bring you Nurse Tutorials, the very first episode. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm just going to talk about Seris, because this was what was voted on, or at least asked about, because it's probably the easiest champion, to play, but not everybody gets it. So I'm going to talk a little bit about her, explain her, show you some good builds, and give you some tips on what could make you a better player with Seris. I'm going to try to keep this as transparent as possible with it, because I feel like Seris is pretty easy to play. She's not too complicated. I feel like you'll understand. And we'll make this work. So, the first thing to talk about is the talents. There's Agony, Mortal Reach, and Soul Collector. Agony applies a stun to whenever you hit your enemies with soul charges, which is your auto attacks. Not the actual auto attack, but the dot applied to them. So, 4 of them, and it stuns them. Let me see if I was even the right talent. There you go. So that happens every time you have it on cooldown. 4, stun. Pretty straightforward, right? Moving on. Mortal Reach. Really strong healing support talent. You can heal from really far. Honestly, it's hard to not be in range. Like, if I was able to see this guy all the way back here, I think I'd be able to heal him. But yeah, just from this alone is ridiculously far. Pretty straightforward. You heal quicker and from further. Right? Alright. Soul Collector. Probably the most complicated out of them, and yet still not complicated. It's the same thing as Agony. Apply charges, except you can apply it on multiple people, and you gain stacks. So you notice I'm at 15 right now? I have 15 soul charge stacks applied for myself. So every time I damage one and I bring it to myself, I get HP and damage. Right now, I have a large amount of bonus health because of it. I'm sitting at 3010, which is ridiculous for a support. It's almost a mini tank in itself. My damage is also stronger. So it's really easy to defend and frag your enemies. Another thing to keep in mind with Seris is that whenever you hit your shadow travel, your ammo replenishes. So what you could do with Soul Collector, for example, is you can just hailstorm them with tons of damage, right? And then the moment that you feel like you need to apply more, but you don't have the ammo, you simply vanish, come back, and attack again. It's a little bit of a double-edged sword because you're allowing your escape to also be your offense, but it's not a bad thing. It's actually a really strong tip that every Seris should know, because even non-soul collectors could use that to their advantage, and I feel like a lot of Serises don't know that. So I feel like I should say that right now. Very useful tip. Things about Seris to assist you in the game. Where to start? So basically, she is a support hybrid. She could be a full support, but I say she's a support hybrid because she could assist you in fights while healing you. She has a strong heal, even out of Mortal Reach. Let's just say you are a soul collector, right? And this is what you're doing. You could definitely help this Fernando fight the Cassie at the same time. What I mean by that is, so you're attacking and he takes damage, you immediately heal him. And within the cooldown that you have just assisted him to kill the Cassie while healing him twice. This is the bread and butter of Seris the entire game. It could seem boring to some people, or maybe some people will consider her a heal bot, for example. But you could do a lot of work with her if you understand that general rule, which is you have time to attack, but only if you don't need to heal. And if right after the heal, when you're on cooldown, you're allowed to attack until your cooldown's up. Then you re-heal. That's pretty much the general rule for it. Obviously, it's not a perfect rule. It's not the perfect rule to victory. You can make decision choices based on whether or not you want to heal this person, wait a second, maybe attack this person, then heal. That's your choice to make. Just a rule to follow that could make you a better player or not. Other things to understand is Seris is nothing without a good build. If you do not have a good build for your talents, you will be ruining Seris as a champion. I say this just because she's very delicate in her playstyle. It's very obvious. She's just standing there, and you can hear her heal. So when you see a Seris, a lot of people think easy kill, right? She goes invisible, she comes out of it, you follow her even when she's invisible, and you frag her. A good team will always protect the Seris, and a good Seris will always peel away from the danger before it comes in. Which means going invisible, getting out of the line of sight of enemies, making sure that when the danger's thinking that maybe you're gone, you come back in, you start healing again, maybe you make a play, you do something, etc. Just some general things to remember when you're playing Seris. Talking a little bit about the cards that we just were mentioning. Let's just get into it right now. There's some few things that I would just like to point out when we're talking about cards. Is the actual cards you should be using with the talents. And that would be, with Agony, this card right here, Wickedness. Reduce the cooldown of Ren's Soul by 2 seconds. It's very important that you have this card in your deck when you play Agony, because you will be able to stun more. Very simple. Another card that's very important is Essence Rip. The reason that is because you'll be using Soul Ren quite often, and this could potentially save you because you're not using Soul Collector, which would be the one you're using if you're not using Mortal Reach, right? But instead you choose Agony. So having 3 points in Ren Soul could be very beneficial, maybe 4 points. It could save you from getting killed in a hard dive. So you hit 4, let's just say you get dived by a Victor. Okay, he just ran up you and oh, I'm gonna get you, whatever. Okay, and for some reason he's doing this. You hit him with 4. He's stunned. You're backing off. I kind of did that like really slow-mo, but the point is that in that process, you got healed from hitting him quite a large amount. So the damage that he did is now gone. He's stunned. You went invisible, and you backed off, which leaves a stunned Victor, half health probably, for a teammate to frag. Very strong mechanic, if you think about it. The other one is Mortal Reach. This is what I like to use for Mortal Reach. The main card that I say that you need for this deck to work properly is Soul Forge. And the only reason that is because your main thing to do is heal. Oh, thank you. I just got handed something. Your main thing to do is heal. And if you can't heal multiple targets with your character, Seris, you are in pain. Your team is in pain. You are woeing the whole game, wondering why your team is dying. Okay, this is the reason. It's because you don't have Soulforge in your deck. If you have Soulforge in your deck, you can heal multiple people, and it feels very strong. Because not everyone stays glued to each other, like right to the hip. So this is definitely a card that you need when you're playing Mortal Reach. It's very beneficial. The other two cards, which I wouldn't say you need, but it definitely is like a quality of life thing, is Fade to Black and Blood Pact. Very strong for Mortal Reach, and also everything synergizes extremely well. I'm going to talk about the whole build in total now. So Soulforge at 2 for the 12% bonus, and this is for min-maxing purposes. It would sound nice to heal people from further, like 40% range, right? But we're trying to put the most points in other things to maximize the potential of Seris. So Veil at 4, so you can go invisible quicker. That means it takes less time, and you have a higher chance of successfully going in stealth, which also means that you could potentially min-max the value that you're doing in the fight, so you know that you're going to go invisible pretty quickly. That means maybe you can get an extra heal in, or an extra attack in, etc. Dark Whisper allows you to have movement speed right in the moment you go into shadow travel. Very strong. I think some people would say that having the movement speed card here, let me show you. This one, Umbral Gate, is a strong or even stronger. However, the only issue I have with this card is that you need a soul orb on an enemy. It's very strong. It allows you to be quick even while you're engaging with people. But the problem with this is that that's exactly it. You need an orb on an enemy. With this is just guaranteed free, I'm getting out of there movement speed. And it's the reason why I have it with this build. It synergizes well with the Shadow Travel cast time, with the Fade to Black, because Fade to Black, actually, I should talk about Fade to Black in itself right now. Fade to Black reduces the cooldown of Shadow Travel when you hit someone with your heal. So, you basically... Oh, and I should talk about Blood Pact too while I'm at it. Blood Pact, every time you heal someone, you also heal yourself. So this is like a big cog of Seris right now. You have the heal to heal yourself while you're healing others. When you go into Shadow Travel, you get movement speed, and you do it quicker, the cast time. And then when you come out of it, when you start healing people, you get your Shadow Travel form faster, the cooldown, which is nice. So everything works out so well for Mortal Reach. I'm getting in a little bit more detail here because it's important to understand why these cards are there. Moving on to the Soul Collector one. It's kind of the same concept, besides it's more aggressive. So Umbral Gate, every time you get a stack, you get an incredible amount of movement speed to move, get past, go enemy lines. So many things that you could do with this. Definitely a very powerful card. That's why I mentioned it earlier, that some people would maybe disagree and say that Umbral Gate would be better than Dark Whisper, but I think Dark Whisper has its places. This build is pretty crazy. The reason I use this build is because I have 40% movement speed. They have Veil at 4, so I can be really aggressive. Like, I could be in their face, and then right away I'm invisible, and I'm out there. You see how far I can go? It's pretty crazy. You do a lot of things with Seris. I have Revenant 3, so when I have full stacks, I will just be over 3,000, which is exactly where I want to be. You don't need it, but this is what I like to have it on. because it just feels nice to be over 3,000 health. I feel very powerful. The next card that I use is Essence Rip, and the reason that I use this card is simply it makes me tougher to kill. That's the only reason. When I attacking people and I get in their face and they're dropping my health low, it's based off the percentage of I think it's, let me just make sure, increases the healing done by Rensoul, and Rensoul, so I could just read it properly, heals for 8% of your maximum health per stack detonated. Which means that since I have more health from Soul Collector, I'm getting healed a ridiculous amount every time I hit it. So having Essence Rip healing me even more is nuts. It's a really strong card, but not strong enough for me to dump more points into it. Not really worth it, especially for the setup that I have, because I'm always trying to min-max my potential when I'm playing a champion. Lastly, the filler card, which is probably the least important of the deck. You can use so many different things. I like to use Dark Sight, so when I hit someone with soul charges, whenever I detonate them, every single soul charge that is on someone gives me 1 ammo. So if I have 4 out there, I get 4 ammo. If I have 8, I get 8 ammo. Really strong. Especially when you're trying to kill people. So I have stacks, boom, 13, just like that. And I can keep on my rampage. And if my Rensoul's not up, and I just want to keep doing more damage, Shadow Travel. Just free ammo. Free ammo. It's very, very strong. So, since I talked about the cards, the talents, I want to talk about the actual mechanics of Seris. There's some things you need to understand. I want you to understand. She's very powerful if you respect her rules. And the rules are simply this. Heal. Attack. Heals up. Attack. Heal. Attack. Getting attacked, run away. Don't engage. Hide. The moment you are not getting chased or anything, you come back. You heal again. Always look for the heal. Don't ever not heal. Of course, not everything's a perfect world. You're not gonna have every single time the chance to come back and save a friend or something. Realistically, it's not gonna happen. But your ability to stay alive and give those heals is very prominent, very strong. You could be there. You could do it. I believe in you. Like I believe in myself when I play Seris. You just gotta feel it out. To get a little more technical with the actual mechanics instead of just theories and know-how, to understand how it feels to be playing her properly, you should just know the simple combo. So you would attack, throw, engage, toss, and you just keep attacking. That is literally the combo for Seris. You don't have to do anything crazy with her. She just does a lot of work in her own right. Honestly, it's really hard to mess up Seris. She does a lot of work. You just simply need to stop playing her wrong. And I know that sounds like, wait, what? But she's really good, guys. You don't need to do too much with her, man. You just need to respect her rules. And the rules are, just in case you didn't get it, heal, attack, heal, attack, heal. It's really straightforward. Sometimes you need to heal yourself, so that means that you're going to be attacking. Once you have 4 stacks, which is probably what you want to be at, it's boom, easy. It's just all this health back into your bar. I can show you right now, actually. I'm gonna get hit by this Cassie a few times, just to give you an idea. It's a large amount of health. Definitely stops somebody from killing you if they dive you. So if someone's diving you, for example, this is it. Oh, I'm getting shot. As simple as that. There's nothing crazy about it. I guess I didn't show it properly, so let me just do it one more time. If I was getting shot and I tagged people, you would go invisible, come out of it, and then soul charge. Because you don't want to do that when COT's applied. You want to do it when COT's not applied. That would be the combo to get away. If you were just straight up attacking somebody, you would just get up in their face. You would want to definitely try to kill them on their soul rip. Like right there, he was left with a little bit of health and he could attack you. Right there, you could have went invisible. So say if I was about to die, get my health back a little bit. Definitely here would be like an opportunity. If, let's just say he was here, I just came out of stealth, I could immediately... That would definitely work. Hit my ult, I grab him, he's right there. That would give me enough time to soul rend again. You see what I'm getting at? It's always going to be a forever rotation of just constantly attacking, healing, doing something like defending yourself, and then looking for an opportunity to just hit that big ult, to do the big play. You'll just be chilling. Oh, I'm healing. Oh, everybody's grouped up. Hey, I'm ulting. And then you're gonna grab the only victor. Oh, I screwed that up. It's okay though. Anyways, I think you guys get the point. I'm not trying to be too crazy about this video. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of insiders on how to play Seris. I didn't want to get too crazy with the cards. There's a lot of things that I could go over, but not really necessary. I think I went over the important cards. Anything else that you guys want to be using outside of what I said is totally okay. It's just my opinion and my preferences to playing Seris. Obviously, you can choose Sorceress, Ebon Dynamo, Spirit Leech, you know, whatever floats your boat. But I definitely would tell you that they're not super competitive in that way. You know, like, I don't think this is competitive. You can argue this is competitive, but it just takes away from things that you could be using, like, for example, the cast time shadow travel, healing for yourself directly, more ammo, things like that. It's hard to mess up Seris. Is what you could use so many things with her. I just want you guys to do the best with her. That's why I made this video. So I told you about the best cards with her. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's nothing else to do except alley-oop these guys. Very nice. Oh, dude, I made that Victor fall into the ground. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making the video. I hope to see you guys next time. Take care. And have yourselves a good one. See ya.